said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's reeled in, it's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Got his man. Still running at the 40. Breaks away on the left. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Calls his own number. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Chucked it away just as he was hit. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Unloads it left. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quick completion on the out route. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Paul, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All time.
Talking to coaches coming into this football game, he said he's got to keep his quarterback upright, got to protect him. If they give him time, he can do some damage. But so far, man, he's been hit early. He's been hit often. They've got to do a better job of protection up front.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
And the kicking team's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
And the Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and take it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Give to the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top. Zings it complete to the right. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. The snap sets up the throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. There he goes! All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Frazier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
The Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Direct snap. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Finds his big tight end. And that'll not only be a 1st down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
When you got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field. Because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up the 1st.
They'll go to the air. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Looking for room, it's Frazier. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. looking to get it in.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
This defense has been able to force a couple of third downs, but they haven't been able to get the stop. Can they do it this time? Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Georgia! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Just continuing to find the end zone, continuing to make plays. This guy is on pace for a great season. He's put the college football world on notice.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing. They're trailing by 14 to Iowa State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go. Makes the grab. It's Lofton. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making checks. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. He might want another play. To the air on 1st down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll immediately call timeout.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. It's Frazier. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Didn't even come close to getting back to the line. He'll lose 8.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Couldn't quite make the connection, now staring at a third down. The offense changing the play. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Got it in the middle, it's Frazier. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
This is a gamble that could blow up in your face, going for it on fourth and long from their own 43. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up, they bowed up, and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
Brown has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced a turnover.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the mark. They got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
He wants to change this route. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
He will not make a fair catch. Steal the punt and bring it back. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. The 40. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to...
Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Man, defenses have to play responsibility football, and you can tell they had the quarterback, but how about the running back? They didn't even play it off the pitch, and he takes full advantage. They constantly put this kind of stress on you with this option, and the defense, they were not where they were supposed to be, and they give up the explosive touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Frazier. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Might be calling a hot route. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Frazier. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And wings it incomplete.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and the receiver are just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. It's Vance. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Wide receiver going in motion. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Quarterback may change this route. He wants to throw it again. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Snowed under by the defense.
And on offense right now, you're at a juncture here in the game in the 4th quarter, trailing the way you are. You can't punt anymore. Execution has got to be at a premium. And on that 4th down, they're able to hook up, move the sticks, and keep this momentum going.
Looking for space. It's Frazier. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I don't care where you're at on the field. 4th and inches, I like me. I like my chances of getting that, running the play I feel comfortable with, getting the first down.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Looking downfield on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks into the open. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they can lose this ball game.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
To the air, it's St. Clair. Gets it out quickly. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the 1st down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. They want that clock to run.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point of the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Give to Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Running back searching for a hole. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And they'll take a knee.
The best play call as an offensive play caller is always victory formation. Run the clock out. This team now goes to 2-1. A lot of season left. Nice job getting the win today.